I know y'all missed me. It's been a long time, but I've been doing so much stuff. You know, we've been in D.C. fighting against Kavanaugh's Supreme Court appointee, but we fought. Unfortunately, white supremacy won that battle. Just been doing so much, and I felt like I needed to come back to the show and talk to all of you beautiful people, wonderful people who understand what we're going through, and those who don't. You know, the main topic I wanted to discuss is we have a couple of topics, but the first topic I have to get into is Kanye West. Kanye West, Kunya, whatever you want to call him. I think that's the first thing we have to talk about. Now, I don't know if you are aware, you know, maybe you've been on a rock somewhere, but Kanye went and had a meeting with Trump today. And him and Jim Brown, two quote-unquote black men, sat down and met with Trump today. And it was a circus, to say the least. Kanye at the White House was a circus. You know, you see this picture that's up there now, you see all these photographers and you see Trump and all the photo ops. And you know, if people ask me, I get a lot of pushback. People like, yo, you hating on Kanye and you don't know what he's doing. He's trying to help Chicago. He went there to talk about prison reform. And he got a plan and love and you got to do this. And I say bullshit. You know, the reality of the situation is Donald Trump is using Kanye. I mean, like as he should, you know, to get on the black people's side, you know, to get the black vote. You know, he's falling behind miserably with black people in America. And he uses, you know, house Negroes, niggas like Kanye to get the popular vote. You know, when you get somebody who has that level of notoriety, who has that kind of a platform, then you can utilize him to get his fans to think that you're cool. So this is what's happening right now with Trump and Kanye, man. And it's sad. You know, it's sad because I once was a fan, like a real big fan. College Dropout, I was a fan. You know, Jesus Walks, I was a fan. You know, these were songs that during times, you know, critical times of my life, I really listened to. And when you look at what he's become, it is sad, man. And this whole, you know, he was up there telling Trump how much he loved him and how the Make America Great Again hat made him feel like Superman. And, you know, it was just a disgusting, bootlicking, ass kicking, sambo, tap dancing, you know, whatever you could think of. It was just disgusting. It was totally, utterly disgusting. And it's like, at what point do we say, I don't give a fuck how good his music is. I don't give a fuck how good his beats is. I don't give a fuck how much I like these sneakers. I can't buy them if Kanye's involved. At what point do we say I can no longer support somebody who supports my oppressor? You know, at what point do we say that? At what point do we say, yeah, I don't give a fuck how much I want to do this. I want to sacrifice that because it's for the greater good. You know, and it's like, you know, of course, it's a black brother, which we've given Kanye the benefit of the doubt so many times, and he just still hasn't benefited. You know, I think to me, this was completely the last straw. You know, completely the last straw. Now, he said that the MAGA hat made him feel like Superman. This is the anti-MAGA hat. Our souls are not for sale. Somehow Kanye has sold his soul, and it was cheap. You know, I never thought I would see the man who said that Bush hated black people sit up there and kiss Donald Trump's ass like that. I never thought I would witness a man that I thought had some level of integrity and prestige and actually had some, you know, high level of esteem get up there and do that, man. But, you know, I was wrong. You know, I've criticized him, but I think today was when the final straw for me was with Kanye. Like, yes, I always criticize and I always say cool, this and that, but I think today Had I been in the room, you know, I think today I got what Malcolm said. You know, when he told people to raise your hand and say how many people you willing to want to be free, and they all raised their hand. And then he said, how many people you willing to die for it? And then they put their hands down. And he told the people, everybody put your hand down. He said, the people who still got your hand up, go to the other side. He said, the people who still got your hand up, if you really want freedom, you got to kill those people back here with their hands down. And I think today I really understood that notion. I think today Kanye put me into a point where if I had been, like in my mind, I physically wanted to do harm to him. Like I physically was like, this man is doing so much to our, you know, I'm at a different space in my life where I won't do it, but I contemplated. Like, I don't know if I would have been there if I would have punched Kanye in his face. Like, I can't tell you if I would have been right there in his face that I wouldn't have put my hands on that man. I can't tell you that because I felt like what he did set us back and misled so many people who just follow. You know, so many people who don't know any better, that just all they do is follow. I think what he did at that point, you know, really disturbed me. Like, I was disturbed. I was sitting and looking at this and I was disturbed, like angry, you know, and it's like, at what point do we just say, yo, I'm not, you know, the same way you boycott anybody else, you know, the same way when somebody gets you mad, you don't want to support them. You know, at what point do we say that Kanye has damaged our culture? He has done so much damage to the black race in general in this last few months that we can't allow him to keep getting power. We can't keep empowering him with the ability to destroy us. Because every time we put him on these platforms, you know, every time his voice gets heard, what happens is he sets us back. He conditions a little kid. He gets some little kid to think that Trump is cool, and you know, and Trump gains votes, and Trump gains some level of notoriety, and I don't think all of us are dumb enough. A lot of us are like, you stupid, but there are people who are impressionable. There are millions of people who follow Kanye because they believe that he's this brilliant person. You know, it's people that he's a charlatan and he's tricked a lot of people. And you know, it's like Jim Jones, not the rapper, but I'm talking about the preacher. You know, they create a congregation and they have you brainwashed. Kanye has a lot of people brainwashed. And you know, and it's dangerous when you have the youth, when you have people who are young and impressionable that follow you. You know, and that's why I keep telling people, we can't just ignore Kanye. Kanye got millions of followers. He got millions of people who follow him and listen to him and believe that he knows what he's saying. So if you just keep ignoring him, he's winning by default. You know, you got to combat his message. We need as many of us combating his message as possible. How is he destroying black people? Kanye is leading black people astray. Kanye is a black man who has a level of prevalence, a level of dominance, a level of notoriety in the black community. Young black kids listen to hip hop. They follow Kanye. They like his sneakers. They think that he's a brilliant man. They think he's so intelligent. So they follow Kanye. These young black kids will follow him into the dead end. Trump is utilizing Kanye to gain the black vote. Trump's policies, Trump's rhetoric, Trump himself is anti anything that our culture represents. Trump is anti-hip-hop culture. So when Kanye co-signs Trump, it makes it cool. It makes it seem like Trump is for the culture. Then Kanye is hurting black people. Hip-hop culture is created within the urban communities. A lot of these kids don't even have fathers. Some of these kids believe that Kanye is the closest thing they have to a father. They listen to him. They follow him. It's like being a preacher. The preacher, the hip-hop artist has the same ability and the same notoriety as a preacher, but he's even bigger. Minister Louis Farrakhan told me that a hip hop artist's words are even more powerful than his, because he can reach, those hip hop artists reach millions of people at one time. One time. So they have the ability to completely shape the minds of our youth. So when Kanye's with this rhetoric, he is shaping the minds of our youth in such a negative way that it is damaging. We can no longer sit around and watch this fucking coon destroy us. We can't keep ignoring him. We can't keep ignoring him. We can't keep, if they keep playing them records, them bum-ass records that he putting out now just for notoriety, if they keep playing them, you need to be calling up to the radio station saying, yo, we don't want to hear that shit. You know, you need to be going boycott, you need to go to boycott the sneakers. At this point, Kanye has to realize that there are consequences for stupidity. There are consequences for being a fucking coon. If there's no consequences, what is to stop him from keep doing this dumb shit? If everybody just keep laughing and listen to his music and go out and buy the new Yeezys every time they come out, why would he stop doing it? What is to deter him from continuing to do this bullshit? You know, Trump is a very smart individual. People talking about they went there to talk about prison reform. Kanye sat there and talked about how he wanted to free Larry Hoover and all of this stuff. And the reality of the situation is Trump just looked at him and shook his head like, yeah, we hear you. Just like he did with everybody else. Just like he did with everybody else that would sit. So, and some of them are my friends, and I told them it made no sense to go sit with no Trump. Just like he did with the preachers. Just like Kanye did the first time. Kanye has shown us that he's not on our side. He's not for the culture. He's not thinking about us. You know. No, you don't make billions being a punk. But you can, you know, you can make billions being a punk. You can make billions of dollars. It's nothing, it don't take no integrity to make money. I tell you that anytime. Anybody tell you that it takes integrity to make money is a liar. Most of the richest people you know don't even have integrity. They've sold their soul to get to a certain place. So don't let nobody tell you that you don't get to be a billionaire by being a punk. You know, and the bottom line is Kanye is dangerous, man. You know, sitting there watching him in that White House, it was disturbing. And I've seen people so angry, and I heard all around people just pissed off, some people laughing. You know, views are different. We all supposed to have different views. I don't want to have the same view as nobody unless they share my moral compass. But your view, when your view is can harm me, whether you do it on purpose or by accident, you still a liability to me. That's what people don't get. If you don't mean harm, but you still do harm, I'm still harmed. But I'm 100% sure that Kanye means harm. Kanye has his own agenda. Kanye wants some level of power. He wants somebody to put him in a level of position. And he done sold everybody else out for it. He don't give a fuck about you. He don't give a fuck about me. He's made up his mind that Trump is his friend and he's the president, and he can utilize him for his own personal gain. You know, he's willing to sell his soul. I don't know if he's dealing with some financial problems. I don't know what it is. But what I do know is that what Kanye is doing is detrimental to our culture. So I urge all of you, unfollow. Go unfollow Kanye, man. There's no need to follow him because he ain't going nowhere. Why follow somebody that ain't going nowhere? I'm unfollowing. I don't even know if I'm following. I don't even think I'm following no more, but I'm definitely unfollowing. Because if he don't have an audience, then he can't keep doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Then if you don't have a voice, if you don't have an audience, then you have no voice. So we got to take away the audience, and then we can take away the voice. You know, it's the same. He got up on the radio and cried and said, you know, he felt bad about the manga hat, and then next thing you know, he on Saturday Night Live saying people try to bully him. You know, Kanye is tap dancing. Kanye will do anything for some level of publicity. Anything for somebody to pay attention. He don't give a fuck what it is. He gonna be up there naked soon. The way he was talking to Trump, he should have got on his knees and zipped down the man's zipper, man. It was disgusting. I swear to God, I thought he was gonna get on his knees and zip the man's zipper down. Trump didn't even, he said, look, I didn't even want to put you in this position that you in. He said, no, I'm right here, boss. I'm here. You ain't got to put me in no position. This is our house. He's a good old Negro, boss. And he was tap dancing and he was bowing and scraping and brown nosing and everything you could think of. And it was disgusting. It was completely disgusting, man. I never seen a man that I once respect stoop to that level, man. Never in my life have I ever seen somebody that I once respect stoop to that level. So what I'm trying to say is, I want us to make a conscious decision that we can't support anybody or anything that is detrimental to our lives and our culture, that is detrimental to our kids' lives. Trump is detrimental to our lives. Trump has an agenda to make America great again. And his way of making America great again is to take back the liberties and intangible rights that we fought for. You know, he's trying to roll back a lot of the rights that we fought for. You know, when you don't focus on marginalized communities, you know, when you're not funding Chicago, what you talking about, we're gonna do stop and frisk because it works. So the way you plan on cleaning up Chicago is not giving them the resources so that you can change the community, but lock everybody in the community up. You see, it's detrimental. When somebody tells you, yes, stop and frisk, it works. We've been fighting to get stop and frisk in New York for years. We finally got it overturned. You're going to tell them to go to Chicago and lock up. Well, you know who they're going to be stopping and frisking? Young black boys. You know, I love him too, but I don't trust him. You know, he can't be a part of my team. I can't support you. I can't put money in your pocket to make you more dangerous. You know? So this is what we got to understand. So when we watch Kanye go in there with his agenda and take us back 100 years with bullshit because he just wants some notoriety and he wants shock value and he wants y'all to keep interviewing him and he's going to put out a project called Yandi that y'all going to go out and buy. I wouldn't buy it. Listen to me. I wouldn't buy Kanye's album. It was the last album in the world. God would have to come down and plug it in my ears for me to listen to something else that Kanye made. I'm not, for real. I'm going in clubs. If the DJ start playing Kanye, I'm going to the booth and tell him he can't play that while I'm here. Like, for real, it got to be that. It got to be that serious. It got to be to the point where we got to say, nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. You're not going to just disrespect our culture. You're not going to take us back. You're not going to side with our oppressor and say that you represent us. We're not doing that. So this is the anti-MAGA hat. Sold, not for sale. We got 1 million of these. You can go on my website and you can get these. Your soul is not for sale. Tell Kanye soul is not for sale. This is the Superman hat. This right here makes me feel like Superman. When I put this on, I know I never sell my soul. I ain't never sell out to get no level of notoriety, no money, no nothing. I ain't never sell my soul. This is why I feel like Superman. When you put on that Make America Great Again hat and you feel like Superman, wow, you done sold your people out, Kanye. The people who loved you, people who supported you when you was nobody. You put on a hat that represents something that's damaging to them. How could you feel like Superman? You know, but when your agenda is just about you and you're just worried about you, of course you feel like Superman because it only benefits you. So once again, I urge you, we got to show Kanye that our souls are not for sale. Soul is not for sale. Go on MysonneNYG.com and buy these hats. They for sale. But our souls are not. The hat is for sale, but the soul is for not. This is the anti-MAGA hat. If I see you with this hat on, I know you anti the bullshit that Trump is trying to sell us. And this little Kanye is trying to sell us too. So I appreciate y'all.